Okay, well, I want to thank ASES for the opportunity to shine a little spotlight on what we're doing here at Blue Rock Station. I suspect they invited me to do this because I was being a bit of a pest on the online forum. So whatever the cause, appreciate the opportunity. Now, I joined ASES a number of years ago when I was serving on the board of directors of Green Energy Ohio, which is our local board that's affiliated with ASES. And I enjoyed receiving the newsletter, or the magazine, which was pretty much worth the price of admission just in and of itself. My personal journey towards sustainability started back in 1991 when my wife announced she wanted to build a house made out of tires here on our farm in Ohio. So when we began to build the Earthship, which turned out to be the first Earthship east of the Mississippi in 1993, we found there was a great deal of interest in this, and over the years about 40,000 people have visited the Earthship. Well, while we were doing this, well, I should mention, if you're not familiar with what an Earthship is, it's a complete systems approach to designing homes, which was popularized by the architect Michael Reynolds, where you take passive solar, thermal mass, rainwater harvesting, composting toilets, try and build a completely self-sustaining living unit. And while you're at it, why not build it out of materials that most people are throwing away, such as tires, cans, bottles, mud, and that's the concept of an Earthship. Well, back when we were teaching straw bale workshops and low-impact building techniques, I was contacted by a publisher who asked me to write a book about sustainable or green technologies. They wanted me to write about not only solar, but wind, thermal mass, biofuels, fuel cells, and I told them, listen, I'm not an expert on all these subjects. Their response is, nobody is, so why don't you become one? Well, as I was doing this, I really just fell in love with solar. I mean, to me, solar is nothing less than magical. So since then, that's pretty much what we've been doing. We've been developing solar curriculum, teaching solar to adults in community colleges and trade schools. And then, of course, and that led me to get involved with the Electronic Technicians Association, which is a trade organization that's been around since the 1970s. And their solar PV certification is specifically designed to integrate into technical schools and community colleges. So I've really enjoyed that. Then, of course, COVID hit, and we all had to change how we did business. Now, our business was primarily face-to-face workshops, hands-on workshops, training. Well, that had to change. That wasn't going to happen. So what we did is we took the opportunity to develop a comprehensive online, our mission was, let's make it world-class, up-to-date, absolutely affordable, and available to those people who, a lot of the instructors were being asked not only to continue to teach their course, but to develop the online curriculum, try and do hybrid training, and we're not going to pay you any extra for it, and we're not going to train you how to do that. So that just wasn't a practical solution. So we were able to put this out into the industry. It's been widely accepted, now being taught in community colleges and trade schools throughout North America, and really literally around the world. So that's quite gratifying. My wife and I also host a weekly podcast/radio program called When the Biomass Hits the Wind Turbine. Now that's available wherever you get your podcasts, but it's also syndicated on the Pacifica Radio Network. So we invite you to join us there. And one more thing while I have your attention, we also do a weekly Zoom meeting for folks. We get together, people who are solar professionals, people who are interested in solar, people who don't think it's weird getting together once a week to talk about solar with other people who don't think it's weird to get together to talk about solar. This happens every Tuesday at noon. So of course we call it Solar Noon Tuesday. And you're invited to attend those meetings, and you can find all of this information I've been mentioning at bluerockstation.com. And once again, thank ASES for the opportunity to share my enthusiasm about this, our terrific industry. Take care.